This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we deal with a Bosch washing machine putting on a new door lock, which is pretty easy to do. So here's the Bosch washing machine, and here's the door lock. There's these two little points above and below that you have to push in to push the old lock out. Here's the model number for this washing machine. So a lot of these locks have screws that hold them in, but on the Bosch you just put something against those 2 points like a tip of a Phillips head screwdriver and just push in, and that'll knock the lock inside the washing machine, and then we're just going to be pulling it out through the door. So this is the part number. I'm going to take a standard head screwdriver and pry off the spring clamp that holds on the door boot, the rubber door boot. So starting here at the 9 o'clock position, we're going to pry off the spring, and then that'll take the whole spring clamp off, and then we're going to peel the door boot off of the front panel, and we're going to push it in toward the spin basket to kind of get it out of the way. We want to create an access room between the tub and the front panel where we can get to the door lock. So again, we've already pushed in on those two tabs, one above and one below the door lock. So the door lock is now inside the cabinet, and we're going to just reach in and grab it and pull it out toward our left. And that's going to allow us to get to a wire connector, a modular connector that we have to disconnect. This door lock was no longer working. I think it had been slammed too many times and was no longer even really hooked up. So here's the part number for the new door lock for this particular washing machine. Get these online pretty cheap. And this is the little tab I'm going to push down on the door lock to make the electrical connector let go on the old one. Here's the electrical connector. I just pulled it out, and now I can pull the door lock out from inside. And yeah, I can tell that some of the plastic on this old one had broken off, so it's no longer really working at all. So here's the new one. We're putting in the modular connector for the power, and then we're going to also add on to it this little plastic piece that goes from the door lock down to where the coin trap is, so that you can do an emergency lock-in if you need to. I'm lining up the plastic part here, and then I'm going to push in so these two tabs at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock will lock in. There we go. Those are the two tabs. And if you want to push the door lock out, you just put something against those two tabs, something pointy like the end of a Phillips head screwdriver, and you can push in, and that'll make the lock fall in toward the cabinet, and then you can pull it out. So one there and one there. So there's the old lock. You can see it's kind of banged up, missing some of the plastic. Alright, we got the lock in position. We're going to put the door boot back on the front panel. We're going to bend up the rim here of the door boot, the rubber, get it up over the front panel metal rim so it's attached. And then we're going to put some liquid detergent on the spring clamp, the wire, so it's more lubricated. We'll be able to put it back on. So the lubrication really makes a big difference on being able to put it on. I usually put the spring at the 6 o'clock position. I put the ring on its groove on the boot, and then I push down really hard to get it into position. So we can see the spring now is at the 6 o'clock position. And there's the clamp over the top. So I'm going to close it, set the cycle, and then I'll press start. So it's a pretty easy, fast procedure, and the part's pretty cheap. There we go. And it started up. And back to a healthy washing machine. So hope that's been helpful to you and you get your machine going also. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe.